What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology retold action, spawning in the left side of the map in the blue color player. What am I saying? In the blue color, playing as Loki. His name is Karma. His opponent today, spawning in the red color, playing as Set. It is none other than Tag's very own Recon. The map is Ghost Lake, and I have found these guys duking it out on the ranked ladder, and it's time to see what they're made of when they think no one's looking. Karma, for those of you who don't know, he's been really grinding lately. He's a solid player, getting better and better every single week. Every time I see him, it seems like he's playing a new god. It seems like he's playing a new strategy. It seems like he's trying to improve himself. Just really, really great to see. Obviously, for many players, it can take a lifetime to get to sort of like that upper echelon of gameplay, but Karma, he is doing a really nice job. Recon, on the other hand, I mean, what more can be said that hasn't already been said about this young man? Old man, middle-aged man, whatever you want to call it. He's one of the very big talents in mythology at the moment. He's performing really well in most tournaments, and we'll see how he's going to go right now. A couple of houses coming down for him. It is Goat's Lake after all, and the Karma shenanigans begin. I haven't seen a house. Oh. I haven't seen a little house, a cheeky house thing there in a while, but Recon is after blood, and he finds it. He's like, you hit me, I'm going to come and hit you. This villager is way too late. Recon going to send that one back home. Looking for a cheap win there. I mean, it's ranked. It's the old West, the old Wild West. There is no... What's the word? I've just blanked on words. I normally have words at my... There's no honor amongst ranked players. That's what I was looking for. You know, there's no honor amongst thieves. There's no honor amongst ranked players. If you can see a cheeky little advantage, you're going to take it. That seems to be the case. Nonetheless, we'll see how the game's going to go. It is Ghost Lake. It is 4 gold mine Ghost Lake. I say 4 gold mine Ghost Lake. Single gold mine in the main base, but lots and lots of gold in this main base here for Karma to utilize and see what he can make happen here. But the template's going to come up nonetheless, and he's going to be looking for a little something something to make something happen. Apple says, no pickaxe. Interesting. It is interesting. It is interesting. Recon, no pickaxe indeed. And why no pickaxe? What is his purpose here? He could be saving... The only thing I could think of is that he could be saving it for Anubis, and he see that getting cancelled, and going for a very simple shenanigans. But this is something that I've definitely had conversations with Recon about, and he says, what's the point? Just get it a little later. You're going to build the lumber camp anyways. So just build it. Just get the pickaxe a little bit later, and then you don't have to bother with a straggler tree. And to which I say, Recon, you might be right. I don't know. Actually, he says there's not much value in getting it super early, but you can see there's a lot of villages on the gold mine without having the pickaxe on it. So there is some lost resources here for sure, but I don't know how many. And I can't be bothered to go and work it out. So we'll just trust him on it, that it's not a terrible way to start. As the Arctic Wolves of Set are the chosen animal to be stolen here. Meanwhile, down on this position, the Obelisk getting slapped down, and Forseti is in. Same too for Tar. So, no real surprises on the god choices here. Honestly, we've been seeing a lot of Tar from the top players over and over and over and over and over again. It's not because Anubis is bad. Let's get that right out of your head in this instance. It's just because the players prefer the potency of the Wadjet over the utility of the Anubite. And what do I mean by that? Well, in fights, if your Wadgets get collapsed on, you can lose them all and just lose the fight instantly. But if you position really well, they're incredibly potent. On the other hand, the Anubite, which you know, you're not going to be able to catch the Anubite out because it can just jump away. It's got the utility in the actual fight to be where it needs to be at all times because it can literally just jump there. So there is, if you know how to position the Anubites in the fights, it can be very, very strong. We are seeing a very quick attack over here, and Armory is coming down for Karma super early. He seems to be going for something a little bit non-stock standard here, but it could be a little cheeky bait and switch. Just throw an Armory down. Maybe your opponent thinks you're going for a thing. Villagers on this food, very much out of position. But I think this is a fight you take here if you're Karma. I think you absolutely have to take this fight. He's very scared. The Ursa coming in from behind. You've got the defender's advantage. Charging forward. Recon, he's going to get caught out on this one. There's one Wadget down. There's two Wadgets down. And this is the weakness of the Wadjet, ladies and gentlemen. It's the positioning. It's the... You can't get caught out. He will be making some decent trades with those Axemen at the end of this fight. It probably wouldn't have been a terrible idea to just run away with those Herser after he cleaned up the Wadgets, because now he's lost them all. And in a way, Recon, he may have lost the fight, but he's kind of won the battle, so to speak. Not the war, just the battle, and that he has cancelled out a whole bunch of Herser. And in the main base here for Recon, he's actually only got one monument up. So the Wadget spammage, that's going to take... Those losses are going to take a pretty big toll on Recon here. And Karma, he's going to be feeling pretty... He's got to be feeling pretty good about this position. Now, he's got a couple of options here. And I think some are better than others. So the first option is get to the Heroic Age. The second option is grab a second Town Center. And the third option is just keep pumping units. I think it's pretty important to just grab a town center here, if you can. But he lost all the Herser. That's the problem. He lost all his infantry, so he can't really do that. So it looks like he's just going to be pumping out cavalry for the time being. Looking into the main base here. Going to try and get some villager kills onto Recon. Recon going to be retreating away, but it does look like the cavalry are going to get in. Oh! You got to just kill the villager first and then run away. Nonetheless, house in the middle going to get taken down. Oh, Recon says no to the house, and then says yes to the house, and then says no to the house, and then Karma is back in. Gonna get the villager kill. Snipes it, loses a raiding cavalry, gets out. Oh, no. Medium raiders coming. He is suiciding raiding cavalry like they are on sale. So, anyways. Recon now making a move in here. The villagers are all disappeared. And we're now going to start to see trolls. Now, the trolls are a great option here. How much favor has he got, though? It really doesn't look like he's got a lot. He's only got the one troll out. Nonetheless, a whole bunch of spearmen here. And I kind of think the idea of getting... Oh, he's getting watchtowers and his gold mine's about to expire. This is where things can get very, very difficult for the Loki player. Now, obviously, you're playing against Recon, so it's even more difficult. It's that the set player is now in front of you on population. He's got full map control, and you're out of gold. Now, you got 600 gold in the bank, but then what? Do we see a market up? No. So we'll see if he's going to be able to make this happen. He's making a whole bunch of Herser. Longhouse coming down. Those spearmen are now going to get medium spears. There's 13 of them. 14 of them versus the 11 raiding cavalry. Those two trolls are good, but there's a whole bunch of priests here, which are going to be doing a lot. As Recon is now going to start setting up the obelisk, so he just knows exactly where the gold mines are. Watchtower goes down. And then what? Another longhouse coming up. He's going to finish up with that obelisk at the top here. And the Auroch on the top there. It looks like he's grabbing a whole bunch of food. Do we still don't see that market just yet? He's still building raiding cavalry, trolls, and all the other stuff. He can leave his base at any point here, and there's the market. So the question is, at what point here does he move out? And I think right now is the best time, because he's pretty close on pop. He just has to take a good fight. He's got the trolls. Does he have a spy? No spy. He sees the army over here. He's going for those obelisks. Gonna have to pull back once he sees those units there. He's also dropped the healing spring in the main base instead of trying to use it on the fight, which honestly helps a lot. If anyone who says that a healing spring is not going to help on the fight doesn't understand how much 1.5 HP a second of regen helps in a fight. It's a big, big deal. But a little bit of selling going on the wood. He's got a lot of food income with the back stuff there. As the raiding cavalry are going to be looking for some villager kills. This is a really great way to play here for Karma. Just ignore the big scary army and go for those villagers. He gets one, got to pull back. Doesn't have to overcommit, but he causes a huge amount of idle time. It's exactly what he wants. Nephthys is coming through, however. There's a world here where Karma can get up to Bragi here if he just sells some food. There he goes, and now he's up through Bragi. Going to be a little bit behind the 8-ball on the next part here, as we are seeing the box formation. Apparently, this is the new Fandangle. Cool way to play. It's just box formation on everything. Anyways, this is the hard part right now. Is there is a shifting sands, and we also see Recon here is splitting his units up into several different locations, getting a lot of line of sight here with the army positioning like this. He's also going to be shooting straight up to full population. He's a little bit housed at the moment. The houses are coming up with the one villager there, but it's a little bit on the slow side. And immediately going to be grabbing himself heavy spearmen and medium axemen. A little bit late on the axeman upgrade there, but Karma can still keep trading here in his main base. He does not need to take a fight just yet. As we see the ancestors coming through, and he has just got caught out of position. He's built up a great army here, has to retreat back, and then he's going to have to take a fight with flaming weapons. He will be underneath his town center. He will be underneath the healing spring. All the trolls getting taken down. The Hearser diving onto the back. Battle ball coming through. Flaming weapons gets dropped down here. Recon finds the timing, however. He is fighting underneath. Watchtower fire, town center fire, healing spring shenanigans. All the Wadgets on the back do end up getting killed, but the raiding cavalry look like they have entered the end of their days right now. There's still a handful of units left remaining here as the Scorpion men getting targeted down as well. We see a Valkyrie charging through, but the Valkyrie gets instantly removed. The army numbers for Recon incredibly low, but Karma is lower at the moment as Recon going to be retreating away. We see the gold on this position over here. You can also see up here that the obelisk is scouting out the gold mine at the top as well, as the throw and axemen trying to get the little bit of damage left in them onto this spot. Migdol's Stronghold going to be coming through onto that location. Good micro from Karma to retreat back here as the troll going to be bashing those units away. Got to keep kiting, got to keep spending resources. Karma is not spending those resources. Got so much favor in the bank. So many more trolls could be coming in here as the spearmen all getting cleaned up on that spot there, but the Migdol Stronghold coming up. And it's almost like Karma here. He's got to convert some villagers to berserks to hold on to that position there. He's still got a decent amount of villagers, but as the spearmen, as the priests moving forward, it's looking very, very close here for Karma to get pushed out of this game. He does make some berserks. They're finally going to be going after those villagers. The villagers going to be retreating away. A couple of berserks actually going to be coming in onto the... Wait, where is he going with those units? Going to be retreating away. There's no big bad axemen at the moment, so these Hearser will do very, very nicely, but the villagers going to be getting a huge amount of damage in this fight to boot here as the army has to retreat back ever so slightly. Battle Ball going to come through as well. Going to be headbutting those units away as that Migdol Stronghold starting to get built back up yet again. Villagers getting pulled here for Karma in an attempt to shank this one down. It's too little too late. It's up. It's got 600 HP. The villager's going to be repairing it away here. And Recon looks like he might be inching away with it here. No villagers down onto this bottom gold mine at the moment. The army manages to clean up ever so close. That was an insanely close game here. Karma almost manages to make it work. That plan of just being in his base and trading, getting heroic age, chef's kiss, but then he got caught out moments before the flaming weapons came through. That had two problems on that, really two huge problems. A huge amount of DPS came down onto him, so he lost a huge amount of units before the flaming weapons actually came in. Let's actually see in the timeline what happened here. You see the army here at 3580, and then here, when he clicks flaming weapons, he's down to 2740, which is a big drop of units. That's like 5-6 units getting killed off here, maybe even more, maybe like nearly 10 units getting kicked off before he clicks flaming weapons. And that would have been the difference between him absolutely owning the fight and him not having any chance. And that's kind of, he actually almost, look at how low the resource count looks here for Recon. And in the end, a close game, but a win for Recon nonetheless. Look at how good Karma is looking here. This guy, you got to watch out for him. He's playing insane. I think the healing spring, funnily enough, it was actually good because Recon actually had to go for a full commit here to get that timing off. Well played there by both players, in all honesty. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next game.